If today our great-grandparents who died 200 years ago will wake up from the dead and get to the world in which we are in today, what do you think will be one of the things which will astonish them and they'll see a big change? I'm quite sure they'll be so shocked. 200 years ago, probably some of them died without seeing a car. Today, they'll be shocked. We have planes and rockets. Probably some of them did not see hospitals. They'll see huge, big hospitals. Some will be seeing us having a mobile phone, which we can use for communication. We can use it for movies and everything. For them, it will be like witchcraft and a miracle. Why? Because the world has evolved. The technology of today has made what in the world was so hard to be achieved. It can be easily achieved in the world of today. Some of them 200 years ago in Kenya, they were carrying Ivory Coast on their shoulder and walking kilometers after kilometers to make sure that they are taken to the port and then sold to other foreign countries. When they will wake up today, they'll find we have different mode and fast mode of communication, whereby what took them for many days can be achieved within the shortest time possible. And are you aware also, when it comes to the industry of health, technology today is bringing such a huge revolution and changes to the point whereby if a medical practitioner does not update himself or herself in a span of 8 months, he becomes literally outdated on the new emerging technology towards making people to become well or towards enjoying their wellness. And also that one means any graduate from medical school whose exam material and notes are the ones which were developed in 1978 is a graduate who is totally outdated as far as technology and interventions of today are concerned. And today, I'm proud and happy that all of you in this meeting today, you might not have been privileged to join a medical school, but technology has given you opportunity to learn what it can do and how you can change and transform people's health in a simple way from a very complicated technology. Welcome today, welcome this night as we learn more about this unique company and what it has to bring change in our world of today. I'm your coach Collins Bolo from Kenya, and today is a day to learn and to understand more and more. When we talk about Power Life Global, what comes to your mind? Today, when I think of Power Life Global, what comes to my mind is regenerative medicine. Now, with regenerative medicine, basically, we are talking about how can someone's health get such a big transformation from as simple as from 5 minutes of starting our therapy to a day, 2 days, 5 days, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months on a condition which this person has been prepared to live with until the end of his day. Now, I've intentionally repeated it several times because one of the things which puts off our potential clients is when we just get into them and we introduce Power Life like any other nutritional supplement company. As much as in our product we have supplements, but we are in the industry of regenerative medicine. And within regenerative medicine, we have a concept which is called stem cell therapy. And in stem cell therapy, in the world of medicine, we have 3 major modes of intervention, which includes human stem cell therapy, whereby You can get donation of someone else's stem cell so that your health condition can become well, or from one part of your body, stem cells can be extracted and induced in another part of your body which is ailing, and then you recover from your predicament. And if not human stem cell, you can take the second option, which is animal stem cell. As far as stem cell is concerned, we are talking about, are you taking human stem cell for the change of this particular individual health, animal stem cell, or plant-based stem cell? Now, all these three interventions exist because of great scientists who are doing research day and night. And the beautiful thing is this: one of the companies which has come up with a therapeutic intervention in our world of today is Procell Global, whereby as other group of medical practitioners are practicing human stem cell and animal stem cell, Procell Global decided that they're going to venture into plant-based stem cell so that people at different economical status can get maximum results through the power of nature and power of life. And that's why we are called Power Life. So what is stem cell? Why do we need stem cell? And why is it important that you need to understand this concept so that by the end of the day, we can be able to help many other more people? One great scholar once said, the health of our body is determined by the health of our cells. If you have healthy cells, then it will be able to produce healthy organs, which will produce healthy tissues, and finally you're going to have a healthy body. So in a nutshell, this scientist was saying, when you are physically sick, it's a reflection of the sick cells. But if you have healthy cells, you're going to have healthy tissues, healthy body, and healthy organ. Now, this concept is extremely important as we're going to learn, so that by us understanding, we can go forth and meet with our neighbors, our relatives, and even ourselves. And we get to the point of using one of the most high technology for great results with the greatest simplicity at the same time. And that's very key and very, very important. So that one means when we think about Power Life, we think about regenerative medicine. When we think about regenerative medicine, we are thinking about how we can solve our health from the cellular level. And for us to use this effectively, we need stem cell therapy. Not only stem cell therapy, we need to use plant-based stem cell. And that's where we are. And Procell Global has its own factory, its own laboratory. It has been certified by FDA, GMP, HACCP. It's a good ISO certified company, kosher and halal compliant at the same time, so that when you start using this therapy or consuming these products, then you have confidence that what you're doing is not just consuming supplement, but you are in a total therapeutic intervention. Now, for us to start enjoying this kind of benefit, one, we need to understand one of the products, which is the mother and the father of our products in Procell Global, which facilitates the process of stem cell therapy. So which one is it? The father and the mother of all our products in Procell Global is called Procell. It is called Procell. What is Procell and why is it important and why do we need to learn about it today? Now, Procell, being the father and the mother of all our products, from the word pro comes from the word scientifically proven system. And the word cell because it addresses the health of our cells. Now, Procell is one of our best products which all of us ought to learn about it. Why is it important? One, because of the ingredient it has, the content it has, and the purpose with which it makes us to achieve. Because with the use of Procell, actually, you realize by the end of the day that it will help to protect your cells from aging and stress-related damages. And I'll be explaining how and why. Do you know that in the industry of regenerative medicine, it has been found out that soon people will live up to the age of 250. Some scientists are saying it will get to 140 years. Why? Because the knowledge of regenerative medicine, specifically genomes and how stem cell works, has proven that it is very much possible today. You can be 60 years old, but your organs are 25 or 30 years old. While somebody else might be 30 years old, but his body is equivalent to someone who is 50 years old. With the use of Procell today, we are talking about how we will be able to reverse our biological clock by reversing our system, each and every part of our system, so that we can always look young. And I'll be explaining how it works. With the use of Procell also, we may get to the point where this product will help to increase the blood flow within our system. Blood flow even to our brain, and I'll be explaining about it. And why is it important? Why do we need oxygen supply in our brain and the functionality of our brain? With Procell, we are talking about how we are going to enhance the performance of our exercise, to boost our exercise because of some of the ingredients which you have. Not only that, it will also help to reduce blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar level. All of you will agree with me, some of these listed benefits we have today, they are part of the things once a person loses, he gets himself or herself to big trouble as far as health is concerned. It may help to reduce joint pain and stiffness for those who have it, and much more. The ingredients we have in this product are very key towards changing our life. Let's start the journey to understand more about Procell. 1. Do you know that with the use of Procell today, we can be able to reverse stroke, goiter, thyroid-related problems, and hormonal-related imbalances? We can be able to eliminate different types of fibroids which patients might be having or people might be having who come to you or who live within your neighborhood. Personally, I have a client who had 7 fibroids, all of them with more than 9 centimeters. But within a span of 1 month, it reduced from 9 to 2 centimeters. And I'm quite sure right now it has totally eliminated. Why? Because of the power of Procell. We are talking about aging. This is the best product to make your age become younger. We can reverse diabetes type 2 competently. People with burns, we can be able to regenerate their skins which have scars for the burns and those who have been damaged. We can be able to attend to blood pressure by identifying the trigger factors within our blood pressure and correcting it through means in which I'm going to explain. High and negative cholesterol can be eliminated. People with impotence can have hope once more to impregnate their wives or to conceive as women. Gastric problem, migraine problem, we have ability to identify the trigger factor and correct it from that particular point. Not only that, sinuses, asthma, pneumonia, people who have TB and their lungs have been damaged, we can be able to regenerate their lungs through the technology of stem cell within our Procell. When we talk about loss of memory, improvement of eyesight to people who are losing their sight, also combating and fighting different types of cancers and Parkinson, among many. Procell has ability to facilitate all this. Why? Because with the ingredient in Procell, which I'm going to explain, we have ability to fight over 100 chronic illnesses in our human cell. I repeat, we have ability to fight over 100 chronic illnesses in our human cell. Our focus is our human cell. Why? A healthy cell will make one to have healthy tissues, which will produce healthy organs, and finally you're going to have a healthy body. And that's where we focus, so that by the use of this particular product, we can repair cells and tissues and organs which have been damaged We can rejuvenate our cells once more. Once you have been weak, we can reproduce more cells from our bone marrow. We can replace cells which have been corrupted and no longer functioning well, and we can restore the functioning of our cells. And by the end of the day, our cell tissues are going to be competent, healthy, and good. But so that I don't sound like a marketer today, do we have scientific evidence of this concept? One day while in Mombasa, one of our members asked me a very serious question. And this was the question: sir, are you serious what you are claiming to be true, or you're just marketing your product? And I asked her, why? She said, if what you are saying is true, this product is one of the most powerful which everybody must know about. It is so exciting to be true. And I told her, everything I'm telling you is scientifically proven. And clinically, we are getting evidence day after day. What do we have in Procell which can bring a difference? Now, remember, as I told you before, Procell is a plant-based stem cell product. Not only is it a plant-based stem cell product, but it is a double stem cell product. I'll repeat again, it is a double stem cell product. When I mean double stem cell, it means it contains extract from two different trees, or extract of the stem cell of two different trees. Human being stem cells are in the bone marrow of the human beings, but plant stem cells are extracted from the meristem of a plant. So from the apple stem cell, Procell Global has been able to extract the apple stem cell, which within it, we have some ingredients which are very good as far as curative and medicinal aspect is concerned. No wonder the men of the old ones said, an apple a day keeps you away from the doctor. Why did they come with this kind of an idea? Because apple has been known to be one of the best fruit as far as preventive for sickness and diseases are concerned. But here we are talking about where the whole health of the apple is coming from, the meristem. Procell Global, through the technology they've been able to extract the stem cell of the apple from its meristem, and also the stem cell of the grape from the grape tree, making it to be double stem cell. Why? Grapes are known to be one of the best anti-aging products. That's why the more you take our stem cell, you become young and younger. In Mombasa, we have one of our members who is 65 years old. And the moment she started using this product, suddenly she realized that she started getting younger, and people started to notice how she's becoming young and younger. And it really made her self-image and esteem to be boosted up. Her boobs, which were lying down, suddenly started coming up, and they're strong. Her figure, the hips started protruding and coming out very well, the topography of her body, because this product was reversing her age from the age of 65 to us becoming younger. And she was so happy and smiling and telling us, today, do you know something? When I walk around in the malls, men are looking right and left because of the beauty which this product has just given me. It is a double stem cell product. Then, apart from the extract from the meristem of the apple stem cell and grape stem cell, we have other antioxidants which have been combined, making it to be one compound powerful for our health. Now, another thing you need to understand, as I'm going to get to the detail, is that with the use of this product, Procell, one box has 15 sachets which are in powder form. But how do you consume it? Because in a normal intervention when someone is sick, it is either oral medication, injection, or IV. But Because our goal is to treat and to solve problems from the cellular level, then we must use an intervention which will go straight to the bloodstream and to the bone marrow where cells are being manufactured. And for that to work effectively, then we use a methodology which is called sublingual, whereby right below our tongue, that's where we pour down our Procell powder. And in a span of 3, 4, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how your sublingual organ can absorb our product, it gets into our bloodstream. From the bloodstream, it goes straight to 3 key areas, which I'm going to explain to us. So our mode of intervention as we use our product is sublingual. That's the method which we're using, even intervention. But at the end of the day, it gets up to our DNA, up to our bone marrow, and we start getting great results. Now, why is Procell important? Because you need to understand that Procell combines 9 of the world's most powerful antioxidants and inflammation fighters as one compound on itself. I repeat, it combines 9 of the most world powerful antioxidants. Now, these antioxidants, they are separate from the 2 double stem cell. And because of that, you need to realize that if you take Procell daily, you'll always feel young and healthy from inside of you. Why is it important? Maybe for those who are new in this meeting today, it will be extremely healthy and important for me to define what stem cell is so that it can make a lot of sense to us. When we talk about stem cell, it is a process whereby our bone marrow produces cells without identity in millions to billions. I repeat, when I talk about stem cell, I'm talking about the process in which our bone marrow produces cells with no identity in millions to billions. Now, why is it important? Now, when conception takes place, a sperm and an ovum, they are cells. When these cells combine together from the time of conception until when one is 25 years, millions and billions of different types of cells have been produced in automated manner, automatic. But the moment you get to the age of 25, you need to understand that the production and sustenance of production of new cells in your bone marrow will be determined by your lifestyle. So if you have good lifestyle, then it means you are going to enjoy more millions to millions of cells being produced in your bone marrow. Now, when these cells with no identity get produced in our bone marrow, then they need to conform and to take a type of identity to become the cells of different parts of your organ. For your cells to assume the type of the organ which needs help or which need to be regenerated, it needs high level of intelligence, of immune cell intelligence, so that it can be able to know the eyes needs more cell to be rejuvenated. The kidney needs to be regenerated. The livers need to be regenerated. The blood is thick and there's a lot of blood fat. The fat needs to be eliminated. That operation needs very high level of immune cell intelligence. Normal medication cannot be able to do that. The antibiotic, antifungal, protozoas, and that don't increase that level of intelligence of our cells. But the antioxidants in our Procell have ability to increase high level of immune cell intelligence so that it can be able to coordinate the operation from the production of cells with no identity towards cells becoming identity of a certain organ in our system. And then at the same time, it facilitates to make our cells with identity to become extremely mature and healthy. Now, when these 3 things happen, which can only be found in our Procell. Today, someone called me, a senior doctor in Mombasa, and he was with a friend of mine in Nairobi, actually a senior doctor in Nairobi, and he was with a friend of mine, and they asked me a very simple question. What makes PowerLife Global Stem Cell superior to SuperLife Stem Cell? And I gave him good reasons. One, it's a double stem cell. Two, it's a stem cell bank. Three, the three operational benefits which it has: production, immune cell intelligence high, making it high, and also making mature cells. As I continuing to give him these things, it blew his mind off. And I'm quite sure soon he's going to our office in Nairobi to go and take our products. Why? When these three things happen, it will protect ourselves from stress-related damage, because our cells are living organisms. And sometimes as living organisms, they get inflamed, they get a lot of inflammation. Sometimes they become weak. Some die early because as a lifespan of a cell is 120 hours, some die early in the process. But the moment Procell is in action, it protects our cells from stress-related damages. It helps to increase blood flow in the brain, not only blood flow, also oxygen supply. Do you know today, if you have a patient who has very low level of oxygen and the oxygen machine has been put on his finger, then you take Procell sachet and you put it under the tongue of that particular patient while watching the oxygen levels, within a span of 5 minutes, you start seeing the oxygen levels start going up. Why? Because in a span of microsecond, once it gets into our bloodstream through sublingual system, then it starts working that fast, making this more blood flow in our brain. Then the functioning of our brain and the neurons within our brain becomes, boom, excellent. That's why we can improve our memory. Not only that, it reduces skin wrinkles because it has some other ingredients which are very known to be good in our skin health. It increases blood flow in our system. It decreases blood pressure. A friend of mine who happens to be a life coach to a group of rich and mighty in Mombasa bought Procell from us. Then fortunately or unfortunately, the students saw the box, and out of curiosity, they wanted to pick it from him. He told them, I'm sorry, I won't give you any of it. If you want it, buy it through me. But they insisted, please kindly, just give us a sachet or two to try it. So there's this woman who happens to be one of the wealthy women in Kenya who has problem with hypertension. And her daughter has a very chronic pain during menses. So she gave her one sachet and for the daughter 2 sachets. Immediately she consumed her sachet. The next 5 to 6 days, as she came back for the coaching, she said, since the day I took that one sachet of Procell, I have not experienced any high blood pressure. Some people, it does wonders to them. While her daughter, who has been having serious chronic pain during menses, it suddenly stopped when she used it on the same day. Why? It's one of the best anti-inflammatory and also good painkiller at the same time. When you talk about improving of blood sugar management and insulin sensitivity, there's this woman must be injecting herself insulin for the last 10 years because she has diabetes type 2. When we started our therapy, even before getting to Procell, we managed to reduce and balance the insulin regulation on our system. But I know others who use Procell and their sugar level came back to normal. When we talk about gut lining, this is one of the best products you can use. But what is this thing which making it to be different? Why plant-based stem cell products? One, the reason why you need this product to have it all the time and be using it once in a while, because the moment you start using our Procell, it will activate your human stem cell production. I repeat, it will activate your human stem cell production. Our human stem cell production is in the bone marrow. And as I told you, from the age of 25, the production starts moving down depending on your lifestyle. And the moment a person becomes sick, what does it mean? That's an evidence that the production levels have gone down and something needs to be done. Now, anytime a healthy person, a sub-healthy person, or a sick person needs to keep his health in a state of homeostasis or balance, Procell becomes one of the best alternatives because it activates our human stem cell production. It is plant-based. At the moment you use it, it activates human stem cell production in millions to billions. And I'll tell you the benefit of that. Two, it helps our mature cells to be rejuvenated. Cells of the identity, the cell of the eye, the lungs, the kidney, the cells of our bones, all of these cells. Once you start using Procell, it helps the mature cells to be rejuvenated, to be restored to function well, to be replaced where it was not doing its work well, to be restored, to be reproduced, and also to repair cells and tissues that have been damaged. And that's why every person needs Procell. Not only that, it also increases the intelligence of the immune cell. It increases the intelligence of the immune cell. And the higher the intelligence of your immune cell, this is what it means. In technology, we use artificial intelligence for people to get the best result they want in the technology they're using. In our body, we need immune cell intelligence. And the higher the immune cell intelligence in your system, that one means, let me give a good example. One of the biggest problems we have in Africa is misdiagnosis, whereby someone can go for X-ray, someone can go to different scanner machines, MRI and everything, and the machines can do its work, and after doing its work, probably the health practitioner is there might have poor interpretation leading to misdiagnosis. And so many people in Africa, when they go to India and develop countries for treatment, what was the primary thing which took them to that country? When thorough investigation is done by a group of experts in these countries, different from Africa, whereby an X-ray is done and one person is done trying to look at it through the window to interpret. While in other countries, the same results, we have like 5, 6, 7 to 10 experts looking at the same results and giving their own view to what they can see so that they can get the right diagnosis. Now, because of the problem of misdiagnosis in our continent, one of the best ways we can solve that problem is increasing intelligence of our immune cells so that our immune cell will never go wrong. It will never go wrong as far as scanning our system is concerned, meaning that Procell enables your immune cell to become a natural scanner of the happenings within your internal system. Remember one thing, in Life Global, we don't treat sicknesses and disease. We treat systems. And if systems have been treated, symptoms will disappear. I repeat, in Life Global, we don't treat symptoms. We treat systems. When systems are attended to, symptoms disappear. So once immune intelligence is very high, that one means then it will be able, the immune cells will be able to check every corner of your body. Where do we need help? Where do we need help? Where do we need intervention? Once it identifies your eye, which needs help, what will happen is this. When the bone marrow will start producing cells without identity, the immune cell will instruct these cells, please, can you become the cell of the eye? Can you become the cell of the liver? Can you become the cell of the kidney? Can you become the cell of the bones? And every part of you become good. And this will help in solving the problem of misdiagnosis. Then, why do we need to get to stem cell then, if that's the case? Now listen to what Dr. Harry Adelson, who is an orthopedic stem cell expert, once said. He said, anytime you have healing after an injury, it's a stem cell mediated event. I repeat, Dr. Harry once said, anytime you have healing after an injury. Got an injury and healing takes place. It is a stem cell mediated event, meaning that we all have stem cells, and stem cells are always existing in us so that it can help us to become healthy and well. So when you get injuries, it's the stem cell will take charge to make sure that the injuries get well. Not only that, there's another senior doctor from Yale, surgeon and an author, Benaim Segel, who once said, as a surgeon, I cut into the body and I rely on it to heal. I don't have to yell into the wound and tell it how. It just heals itself. When surgeons do their work to cut our body, when they finish their work, the body heals itself. Why? It is the role of the stem cell. So the higher stem cell production exists in our body, the healthier we can be. And that's very key and very important. Why? Now, this leads us to understand some of the benefits of plant-based stem cell. What are some of them? With the use of Procell, which is one of the unique and the best product we have in the market, the moment you start using our Procell, so plant-based stem cell, it will help us to shift from reactive to regenerative medicine. I repeat, it will help us to shift from reactive to regenerative medicine. Because most of us are used to so much to reactive medicine. Oh, I have some headache, we have paracetamol around. Oh, I have this kind of problem. We react, we live by reacting against the symptoms coming on our way. But Powerlife Global gives you an opportunity, and to you to give opportunity to your neighborhood. This is a gold which God has given to us, so that people now, we can switch them from reactive to regenerative medicine. Not only that, stem cells are unique cells. Benefit of plant-based stem cell. Why? Because talk about stem cells, these are unique cells that have ability to develop into any cell of our body. So you're telling people that we want to start with them stem cell therapy. What in a nutshell you're telling them is this: we want to start a process with you whereby unique cells in your body are going to be produced in millions to billions, so that by the end of the day, they can develop to become the cells of any cell of your body. Example, with the use of Procell, when it activates your bone marrow to produce human stem cell, the produced cells can become your muscle cells. They can become your fat cells. They can become your bone cells. They can become your blood cells. They can become your nervous cells. They can become your immune cell and even sex cell and etc. This process is good and unique and excellent. Not only that, Procell, when being used as a plant-based stem cell, it also gives us a benefit whereby stem cell, we need to understand that stem cell is responsible for the development of our organs. Stem cell is responsible of the development of our organs. So if someone has a malfunction in the system because the organ is not well developed and formed, we need to use our stem cell, plant-based stem cell. So some of our children are growing and they have mathematic problem because the bronchi cannot do the work well. Put them into stem cell. It will accelerate that part of the body which has been affected to be corrected. Then that mathematic problem will go. Why? It also facilitates the natural repair of the body and the tissues. A plant-based stem cell facilitates the natural repair of our body and our tissue. And that's why we must preach stem cell therapy.